For today's tutorial, we'll be working in the Yarnspirations Karen Jumbo Yarn, size 4, and the color is Country Basket. You're also going to need to use your size 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Let's get started. To begin, let's go ahead and make a slip knot, like so. And we're going to chain 39. Now, after we've chained 39, this is what we're going to look like. And we're going to skip the first stitch. So we're not going to go into this stitch here, but we're going to work into the very next one. And what we're going to do is work a half double crochet into each stitch along this row. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, like so. I'll do it a couple more times. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. That's your half double crochet. Let's do 2 more. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so work your way all the way down to the very end, and I'll meet you back and let you know what's next. At the end of row 2, this is what your work will look like. We went ahead and we put a slip stitch for 4 stitches, and then we followed up with 4 single crochets, and we finished the rest of the row by doing all half double crochets into the back loop. Okay, so now we'll go to the end, and you see we have our last half double crochet in that stitch there. So what we're going to do next is chain 2. Then we're going to turn our work. Into this stitch here, we're going to work a simple double crochet. So we'll insert our hook and pull up a loop. Then we'll yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Then what we're going to do is skip the next stitch and then into this bump right here, much like you did with the half double crochets of the last row, you're going to work, instead of a half double crochet, a double crochet. So we're going to yarn over and into that back loop of the stitch we are on right now, this one here, because we skipped that one, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Now pay close attention, because we're going to go back to the stitch that we skipped, and we're going to yarn over, and right into the back we're going to insert our hook like so, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. We'll skip the next stitch, and into the next stitch we're going to work another back loop double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Then, like you did before, you're going to go back to the stitch you skipped, and you're going to yarn over, and you're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Skip the next stitch and work into this one, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Then go back to the one you skipped again, yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch there. Oops, we're not in that right. There we go. Insert your hook, then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. And you're going to work all the way to the end until you get to the final 7 stitches, okay? So it might be helpful now to place a simple stitch marker so that you won't forget that when you get to the last 7 stitches, you're going to leave those alone, and I'll show you how to finish that up. Be right back. At the end of your row, this is what you're going to have. And you can already see how these little X's we're making with our double crochets are starting to look really, really cool. So, continuing forward, you can see that I've already marked my last 7 stitches with a stitch marker, and we have 2 remaining stitches in which to do our back loop double crochets. So, I'm going to yarn over and finish the last one with you. Remember, we skipped our stitch and then we went into the back loop with a double crochet, and then we went back to the one that we ignored and we place a simple double crochet into that back loop, and that finishes up all of the double crochets in that back loop for this row. For row 4, what we're going to do is we're going to start by placing 4 single crochets into the first 4 stitches. We've already chained 1, so we're good to go. There's 2, there's 3, and there is 4. Then what we're going to do is start our whole back loop work again. Okay, so we're going to do a half double crochet into the back loop, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3, yarn over into the back loop, yarn over and pull through all 3, and we got 1 more to do. Yarn over, work into the back loop, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. And this is where what we're going to do is work a half double crochet through all of our stitches. Okay, so we'll have 31 stitches left that we have to work. And what we're going to do is work in the back loop only. Okay, so yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. And we'll just keep working into those back loops. And we're going to have the height we want. It's going to all make sense when we get to the end. Okay, so you're just going to keep yarning over, insert your hook into the back loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops for the half double crochet. Work your way all the way to the end, and I will see you in a moment. At the end of row 4, this is what your work is going to look like. And you can see the beautiful texture that's emerging and the beautiful slant that's here. That's exactly what we want as we continue to work this beanie. Okay, so let's continue. And what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2. Okay, so here we go, 1 and 2, and then we're going to turn our work like so. And you can see that the texture is on both sides. I love it. Okay, now what you're going to do is, as you did before, you're going to add a double crochet to this first stitch. So we'll yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, then we'll yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. And then what we're going to do is, remember, we're going to work those back loop double crochets all the way until we have 7 stitches left here. So if you need to use a stitch marker, that's fine. Otherwise, just meet me down the row going this way, and I'll show you what comes after. This is what you'll look like at the end of row 5. And you can see that you have that nice ripple there, and you see how your back loop double crochets are starting to stack and look very, very interesting and intricate. So with 9 stitches left, we're going to finish up by doing one final back loop double crochet set. So we'll skip that stitch and we'll put that right here. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to go back to the stitch that we left behind, and we're going to insert our hook and pull up a loop. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. And then, as we did before, sorry about my camera, as we did before, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches left. So what we're going to do is go into that back loop with our half double crochet for 3 of those. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is the last 4 stitches will be single crochets, okay? And we're going to take our single crochets through the back loop. Like so. And we still have that angle coming down, okay? So what we do after that is we're going to chain 1, turn our work, as you can see, and then we're going to start with our 4 single crochets through both loops. Okay, that's 3, and then that's 4, and then what we're going to do is do our 3 half double crochets through both loops. Okay, and that's 2, and that's 3. Then what we're going to do is we're going to start again by taking our half double crochets through the back bump. Okay, so we're going to go right there through that back loop, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, and you're going to go all the way down like so. I'll meet you at the end. This is what you're going to be looking like at the end of that row. So as you can see, now you have these 2 ribs here, and it just keeps on going and going. So what you're going to do from here is you're going to complete rows 3 and 4 again and again and again until you have a total of 13 of these. We've done 2 of these, so you need to complete rows 3 and rows 4 11 more times. Okay, so finish that up and I'll show you how this work gets done. So after you've completed that combination of those 2 rows 13 times, this is what your work is going to look like. And you'll see all the texture that you have. Isn't that gorgeous? If you turn it on this side, this is what you have, okay? So when you finish with that last row, go ahead and tie off your work, but I want you to leave yourself 45 inches of additional yarn. Before we get ready to set up our hat so we can sew the ends together, I want to make sure that you know which side is intended to be the inside and which side is intended to be the outside. Go ahead and look at your work. And you see these ripples that are here? This is the inside of the hat. Where you can see all of your double crochets popping out, that is the outside of your hat, okay? Now, to sew up the ends of our hat, we're going to go ahead and put our yarn through our darning needle. Let me squeeze that off a little bit. That'll help get that in there. Easy peasy. We're going to go ahead and pull it through. All right. So we have our darning needle in. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start sewing our ends together. So we're going to make sure that everything matches up like so. Okay. And then we're just going to go in. Now the first little bit, I just take it straight in like so. Okay. Just the first couple of threads, just take it right on in. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start sewing the insides only together. Okay. So we're going to go inside that stitch, those 2 loops that are there, and we're going to sew it together like so. And we'll continue working our way down, going for the inside loops only. It'll make a much neater finish, I promise. If it gets sideways, you can just make an adjustment. There you go. And you keep on going on the insides, and you're going to work your way like so all the way down. And if you need to stop just to make sure everything's lined up, that's preferable, just so you make sure that you have everything neatly put together. And just keep going for those inside 2 loops. So go ahead, work on that, and I will meet you when you get to the end. When you reach the end of your work, you'll have just a couple of stitches or so here, and you'll finish up. And much like you began, you're going to go ahead and take your needle through, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get ready. Once we get to that very last couple of loops to go through, we're going to go ahead and we're going to tie off our work like so. All right, and then we'll give it a little snip, and that's finished. Now we're going to go ahead and work the top of our hat here, and I've already snipped off 24 inches of my yarn that I started with. We're going to start right here on the side and just start weaving in and out. Okay, leave a little right here. Okay, maybe about, I'd say about 4 inches, and you're going to go in and out of your project. So in, that's out, and in, and you're going to be maybe about 1/3 of an inch in. Keep it somewhat towards the top, because it's going to help us to cinch this closed at the end. Okay, pretty simple. And we're going to work our way all the way around. So go ahead and do that, going in and out, and I will meet you back here, and we'll work on what's next. All right, so we've worked our way all the way around with our darning needle, in and out, okay, because we're making kind of a drawstring. And we're going to go ahead and give this one a snip to the same length as where we started. And we're just going to put this aside for a moment, because now we're going to work on our little pom-pom. Why buy it when you can make it yourself, right? To make a homemade pom-pom, you're going to want to select a color that goes really, really well with the colors you've chosen for your hat. Okay, now we chose to work with Country Basket as our color. So within there you have all different types of blues, you have brown, you have white, so you can select any color you'd like. Okay, I have Cape Cod blue here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to cut off 10 inches approximately. It doesn't have to be perfect. 10 inches of your yarn, okay? And you're going to lay it over just your standard bathroom tissue roll or just your regular kitchen towel roll, okay? And then what you're going to do is take that color you've selected and begin wrapping it around this roll, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be excellent. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Just keep going. And you're going to wrap it around there about 100 times, okay? So work on that and be right back. Now that you've gone ahead and you've tied around your bathroom tissue roll 100 times, we're simply going to tie this thread, this 10-inch piece we started with, as tightly as we can, and we're going to go ahead and make a knot. Very simple. Okay. And there's our knot. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our embroidery scissors and we're going to begin snipping those threads. Okay. And they're going to fall and you're going to end up with a nice little pom-pom. So go ahead and do that and meet me back. So when you're finished tying it tightly and snipping the ends, this is what you're going to have. And you can go ahead and give it a gentle little snip just to make sure everything's in order the way you want it to. And I like my pom-poms with a little bit of a slouch. If you want it to be more poofy and full, all you have to do is just add an additional 50. So you would do 50 around your bathroom tissue roll. Okay? So there you go, a nice pom-pom, and you made it yourself. So next what we're going to do is go through the top of our hat like so. So stick our hand through the bottom and you reach in and pull that little pom-pom like so, okay? And just lay it like this. Then remember, we have that little drawstring we made, okay? We had our little drawstring. So what we're going to do is make sure we have our pom-pom pulled right to the top. And then what we're going to do is give that drawstring just a little bit of a snug pull, like so. See that? Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to tie off our work here. Just make a nice little knot here. And don't worry, we'll hide our threads. No one will even know what you were doing here. Perfect. Now let's deal with that pom-pom. So now we're going to go ahead and go through the bottom of our hat. And you're going to feel that loose pom-pom string hanging. You're going to make sure to pull that so it's nice and tight. Those two strings should be in your hand. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then you're going to flip your work like so that you're dealing directly with where the pom-pom has come through your hat. Okay? Like so. Then all we have to do is insert our hook here. Just go right through a piece of your hat. No one will be the wiser. They'll never know. And you're going to pull a piece of that fabric through. And almost like you're doing a single crochet, you're going to pull it in. We'll do it one more time just to make sure we've got it. So we got a nice little knot there. And you would just knot it up like so and finish with a final knot. Then after which, if you'd like, just to make sure that you've got everything going properly and you're not going to have anything come apart on you, which you shouldn't. Just go ahead and give it a gentle little snip. You won't feel it. You'll never know it was there. Okay. Then for this top piece here, you're just going to make sure that you use your darning needle or your crochet hook with a little hack, and you're going to hide all of your pieces. So go ahead and do that, and I'll be back to finish up. So here we are. And after you're done installing your pom-pom and hiding all of your loose threads, this is what you have. I love the texture, and I just love this frilly, playful little pom-pom at the top that is just going to be so excellent with the slouch hat. Your little one will certainly love it. So I hope you enjoyed our time together today, and I hope that you have something that you've picked up that might be helpful in the future. Please give it a like, share it, and subscribe. And until next time, from my heart to your hooks, happy crocheting, friends.